Are you tired of the same old when it comes to fundraising for your PTO or in school? I know I am. And when the problem is when you keep doing the same old fundraiser that you've always done, people lose interest. They just become blind to it. And so if you want to re-engage your community and really boost your profits, you're going to have to try something new. And sometimes doing something a little unexpected, out of the ordinary perhaps, is just what's called for. So instead of you having to rack your brain about some ideas, I have a whole bunch for you. So without further ado, let's jump into out of the ordinary ideas that can help your PTO and school raise some massive money. The first out of the ordinary fundraiser that I would recommend you give a try is an a-thon fundraiser. What's an a-thon fundraiser, you ask? Well, it's like a read-a-thon, a walk-a-thon, a run-a-thon, a color-a-thon, a math-a-thon. So I personally have run 2 walk-a-thons with much success. And if you need help running an a-thon, I have a kit that I will link to in the description below. But yeah, I've done a walk-a-thon twice, really successful. It wasn't that much work to do, and it was actually worked into the school day. It's part of the whole thing that 3rd graders did. So it's been a hot minute since I've done it. Another friend of mine who's a retired principal, she said that at her school, her PTO raised like over $10,000 doing a math-a-thon. What? That is crazy. That's a lot of money to have those kids being practicing math problems. Can slide right into the curriculum, which is a beautiful thing because it's not going to take time out. And who is going to object to kids doing math problems in practice? Like nobody. So you're going to have high teacher buy-in, high principal buy-in, and parents will love it too because their kids will know their math facts. So there's a bunch of different a-thons too, but you get the idea. Try one. Another out-of-the-box idea is to offer an art kit. And this is not something that you're going to put together yourself, but you're going to partner with a local art studio. So like one of those places that does like paint your own ceramics or whatever, contact them. Go ahead and get something set up, kind of work with them to get a low price point. You're going to get a kickback of some of the profits. It'll really catch people's attention, and I think in a positive way, because you're going to be giving the family something to do, or at least the kids something to do if the parents don't want to do it with the kids. The next kind of out of the ordinary is a raffle. And it's not quite so out of the ordinary, but I guess what you're raffling off that's where the surprise element can come into play. Maybe you have someone who works for a jewelry company who can donate a very nice piece of jewelry, or they can buy it at their employee cost and you can raffle it off. So that's where the surprise element comes in. And then the next category is for things that people need anyway. Like that kind of stuff always kind of sells because they need to do it anyway. So like restaurant nights, people need to eat dinner. People don't want to make dinner. I'm personally tired of cooking for my family because they don't tell me what they want. And then they're like, chicken again. Yes, chicken again, my friend, because you didn't tell me what to get at the store. You gave me no idea. So it is chicken again. So give them an opportunity to eat out. They will take it. Running a concession stand. This is especially good if you have like sporting events at your school. So that is a prime time. People come unprepared. Games can run long. Kids get hungry. That can result in big bucks for you. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Similar idea is to offer a snack cart during the day at school. This does require boots on the ground, having people available during the day though. Another idea similar to the restaurant night out is to offer a spaghetti dinner. Now, instead of you doing all the cooking yourself, because hello, who wants to do more cooking? Instead, partner with a restaurant who can pre-package dinners for you, and that you provide a drive-through service at school where the dinners are delivered, or you go and pick them up and people just come through. This is going to mean a lot of teachers are grabbing dinners for the family to head on home with. So great fundraiser idea there. The next thing is to offer something that's like a seasonal favorite, like a clam bake. Now, I haven't seen actually that many PTOs running clam bakes. So I think that would be a great idea to try. They're really popular in the late summer, fall. So it's a good transition fundraiser to go from summer to fall. The next two ideas are very similar, but one is boozy and one is not. So how about trying a wine tasting or a chocolate tasting? So these can either be done on location at the wine store, if there's like a wine cave near you or someplace where people can gather and have a drink, not necessarily at a bar, but something a little more intimate, or see if the wine cave will arrange for like a flight of wine to-go kits. Having gone through the pandemic, a lot of states have kind of loosened up their rules and regulations concerning adult beverages like this. So you might just find that it is totally possible now. And it is nice for people too. You could have them enjoy it at home alone, or you could arrange for like an online event, because I bet your school does not want you drinking at school. If that is indeed the case, which I'm totally sure it is, you can do a chocolate tasting. So you can, same idea, only you pair with a local chocolate maker for them to come up with a bunch of chocolates for you guys to taste, and you can do it after a PTO meeting. I bet that would be a well-attended one if everyone knows that this is the night we're going to get some socialization and chocolate. Woohoo! That is a winning combination in my mind. The next idea for something a little different is to make sure that your school is participating in local grocery store loyalty card programs. So a lot of stores will offer like a percentage of the sales in return to your PTO for however many parents like sign up or spend money at the store. So go ahead and take advantage of those programs. All right, the next category of kind of off the wall fundraisers are out of the ordinary because they're not like cray-cray. They're just a little different. They're not a catalog. They're not a cookie dough fundraiser, nothing like that. Spirit raisers. First, you could offer graduation signs or promotion signs. This is really fun to help celebrate kids who are moving on to the next school or graduating from school and heading off to the next chapter in their lives. It's a great community spirit thing. They can be fun to see around town. The next thing is to offer different kinds of spirit wear. Maybe you need to add some spirit socks to your offering or a special bracelet in school colors. Just things that people can add in that don't cost that much, but are just little pops of fun. And then, of course, you want to offer spirit days. So this is a good one to do, especially if there's a like kind of a strict dress code at your school. Work with your principal to have a couple dress down days where people can wear their spirit wear, like have a designated day where everyone is wearing their brown and gold or whatever your school colors may be. That can be super fun. Then the next kind of weird but fun thing is to do like yard flockings. And this is where you get a whole bunch of pink flamingos and a sign that says you've been flocked, and you go and put them in people's yards. Of course, people pay to have them put in their yards. And then you can do it two ways. You can either just move it when someone pays for it, or the people can pay to move it and have it moved to somebody else's yard. Like I said, a couple different ways to set it up, but super fun. And the last idea, it's kind of similar to the graduation signs, but it's to have a set of birthday yard signs. So this is where you can buy a pre-done set of signs that say happy birthday, either just the letters or some balloons or party horns or things like that, but arrange them in people's yards and they can order them for their special day. This particular fundraiser is good for reaching into your community and getting extra support from outside the school because most people celebrate birthdays, right? It's a great one for people who maybe don't have school-age children yet, or older people who still want to support the school. It's a way for them to participate just if they want to like honor somebody on their birthday. It's super nice. So of course you can limit the delivery areas to the boundaries of like your school area, and that will help simplify it. So I hope that these have given you some things to think about and that you will try a couple of these fundraisers if you're seeing that you need to get a little more participation and interest going back in with your school fundraising. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Want even more guidance on how to be a stronger leader so you can run a better PTO or PTA? All these resources and more are waiting for you at ptoanswers.com.